Greetings and welcome back for the third season of The Booth, the first and only podcast dedicated solely to WVU women's basketball. I'm Chad Adkins, and I have the extreme pleasure of being joined by assistant head coach for the WVU women's basketball team, the guru of the post, JC.
Thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
And Shane Terrell's here too.
Show up.
Yeah. We're recording in the basement bar booth of Mario's Fishbowl Suncrest on University Avenue in Morgantown, West Virginia, home of the world-famous Fishbowl. You got to give us a toast here, JC.
Toast. We got it.
All right. Before we get started, I want to give a shout-out to our title sponsor, Tri-County Electric. They specialize in electrical services for large-scale commercial, institutional, and industrial projects. As an electrical services contractor, they design and construct power distribution and data communication systems in diverse and complex environments, including healthcare, manufacturing, and biotech facilities. They also handle heavy industrial and hazardous locations, in addition to private and public sector environments. Visit pinline.com/services/Tri-County Electric or call 724-887-9110 for more information. All right.
Yeah.
Finally read that right. It only took 2 takes. People out there don't know that, but that was a double taker right there.
Yeah, and I tried one time, and I failed so miserably, I've never been asked to do it again. So.
Yes, yeah. But JC, welcome. Coach Carter, assistant head coach. I got to come out and ask this question right off now. I mean, you can see this. You see all the spooky stuff hanging up, it's right. It's that time of year, Halloween. I mean, so I just got to ask, how many years in a row have you dressed as Clark Kent for Halloween?
This would be the first. I guess I can try it.
All right.
Well, yeah, I don't know if do you remember the first time you actually met me? I called you Clark Kent in the.
That's kind of why
I had you cornered in the bathroom.
I can't say I do.
Yeah, that's well, I should say first time I met you. Obviously, I can't believe you don't remember that.
Right before a game, right?
That was right after, I think.
Hopefully we won.
Yeah, we did. We did. Yeah, we win all the home games.
That's true.
Yeah.
This last year.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, definitely. Now, before you came here to WVU, I mean, you are the post player. You manage the post players, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Here on the team.
On the good days.
On the good days. But earlier in your career, you handled a lot of backcourt, didn't you? What made you take the shift in that?
I think a lot was just Coach Kellogg was just trying to figure out just staff and kind of who fit where well, and what we needed to do. And so just in the process of hiring the staff, he kind of just asked me to, and I'd coached it before.
You had
other places, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you were all over. I mean, you were a high school head coach for a while too, even 2 years.
Yep.
What was it? You won double conference championships?
Yeah. That was in Missouri, but I've also been a high school coach in California and Los Angeles on the boys' side.
Yeah.
So, yep.
You've been everywhere, man.
I tell everybody everywhere from Los Angeles to Tallahassee, Florida, and about everywhere in between.
Jeez. So. Well, all right. Now you got to be a homer, but where does WVU rank on there?
Number 1.
There you go, sir. There you go, sir. That's good.
I like it.
All right. And what were some of the biggest differences between high school and college playing? I mean, coaching between those two.
I mean, obviously, it's nice to get to pick the players you want to coach to fit your system. I always say I think the best coaches are in high school because high school coaches kind of have to adjust their system year in and year out. Now, you can have a blueprint for what you want to do, but at the same time, 1 year, because I was coaching boys at the time, 1 year you may have a 6'5" post player, the next year you may have a 6-foot post player. So your offense is going to change.
Yeah.
Right? And so I think it's just the adjustment where in college, kind of like Coach Kellogg's system, we're going to press every game. We're going to run our zone and run our man off of misses. And so we can kind of recruit to that system, and it's on us to recruit to that. But yeah, high school, you just don't know what you're going to get from year in and year out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Was that a big adjustment to his system?
I mean,
you were familiar with him,
yes,
so you probably knew a little bit about it. But
yeah, I haven't really not on the college level, have I coached a team where pressed all game? And I did press some as a high school coach. I love pressing. I think it's just you can control the tempo, you can control a lot of the game, and so that's what was an easy buy-in for me
Right.
is teaching and coaching his system.
Well, one of the big differences between high school and college is obviously the NIL. Players aren't leaving, and it affected us last year. There's one player in particular that left. Well, I won't bring up the name, but I was shocked. That went to
Yeah.
another school. Uh, what is? Are there 4-year contracts going to be happening with kids coming out of high school in the future? Do you see that happening?
Yeah, definitely football is doing 2 and 3 year contracts right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying it hasn't happened on the women's side. It's just very, very few and far between, just
Mm-hmm.
because you're having to commit so much NIL money to that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think the landscape of that is changing, and especially for our side, it's just right around the corner. But I've seen some football teams that are definitely doing that. I haven't seen necessarily the 4 year, but I've heard some 2, and in extreme cases the three
Wow.
three
So
year.
3 years is an extreme case.
Yeah,
Wow. Wow. Well, yeah. They could just ride that money for
yeah.
2 years and just be like, wow.
And you just got to pray that they don't get injured for 2 years and they're just sitting there just receiving a check, and
Yeah.
but you're obviously committed to it as a school.
Mm-hmm.
In a sense, you're legally bound to it. I'm not saying there's not ways around it to get out of it, but you're fairly legally bound to it.
Yeah. And then that's one thing. I mean, that would cut out the 1 year here and gone.
Mhm.
I don't. I think that's my biggest issue. I mean, what did they change? They $21 million maximum cap. Is that what the new rule
Right,
is?
and it's gonna increase a little bit each year. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And that goes across all sports, correct? The
correct. Yeah,
21
yeah.
million.
And each school can divvy up the percentage based on the sports. Obviously, most schools that have football in the Big East football's gonna get about 75% of that,
Mm-hmm.
and then it's gonna go on down from men's basketball to women's basketball, baseball. But that's where the Big East has an advantage in the sense right now because no football, so the Big East can spread a
Yeah.
big chunk of that to men's, women's
Mm-hmm.
basketball.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Wow. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, I didn't either. Yeah, I've been trying to follow that, and I don't know. You explained it better than anybody I've heard
Well,
explain it.
every
But
every day in our office, we're like, we have no idea what's going on from day to
yeah,
day, and I don't think the
Yeah.
NCAA does either.
Wow. Wow.
hopefully something gets leveled out at some point because it's hard for fans too. You got 80 brand new football players, or half the basketball teams new, or it's you like to see some kind of stability.
Yeah,
Yeah. Well, and I mean, you brought this up about, the high school thing where you can kind of pick your players in college. But so, I mean, still, you don't get everybody you want. Do you feel that this transfer class that you got in is a good fit for Coach Kellogg's style of play?
yeah, very much so. I mean, several of them have fit pieces. Or kind of needs that we haven't necessarily that we've had in the past,
Mm-hmm.
whether it be from the rebounding part, whether it be just the paint presence. I think
Mm-hmm.
that, obviously we've had that, but we've been able to make up for that by just really, really good guard play.
Mm-hmm.
And, obviously losing a couple of those, but then also having a couple of them back.
Yeah.
I
The
think
Sydneys are still here. I mean, that's
yeah,
great,
yeah,
man. And
Willie's here,
obviously,
Shaw's here, and of course, all Big 12 preseason Jordan
yeah.
Harrison.
Yeah.
So those are really good players, but it's just something we've missed, on night in, night out. You're not always going to be your guard play. You're not always going to hit shots from
Yeah.
outside, and
Yeah.
you've got to have that inside presence, and hopefully with what we've signed, that'll hopefully fix part of that.
Well, are there any standouts, do you think, on well, who's standing out for you?
They're all good right now.
Really?
Yeah, we haven't lost a game. So,
I like it. I
so
like it.
They're tied for the most points in the Big 12 right
yeah,
now.
and the best defensive team for sure. They're
Yeah.
not allowing any points right now.
Yeah. That's
Yeah, no, they're all doing a good job. It's still early to mid October, and just trying to figure out where they fit, and who fits where and for how long. But they're a great group. They're fun to be around, and they're hungry. They're in the gym. A lot of them are consistent being in the gym every morning, whether it be in the gym or also coming up and watching film. And so they want to get better. And so now it's just our job to help them get there.
yeah.
Just a little bit of the research I've done. I obviously haven't seen them play together yet, but looks like there's going to have at least a deep bench, and you're going to have probably a hard time figuring out who's your starters, and are they starting or are they splitting time? I mean, you got a good problem right now, I think.
Yeah, and that's why it's good that Coach Keller is calling the shots and not me right now. So
You don't have to have those one-on-one meetings.
I'll let him deal with that big problem for now. That chair over. So no, and he'll make the right decisions. But no, I would say this is since we've been here going into year 3. I think this is our deepest team we've had.
Yeah,
Right.
even that's what I was going to say. You had more players last year,
yeah.
but this is a deeper bench, you feel, even though there's less players.
Quantity doesn't always mean quality, and I feel like for what we have, the quality we have, I feel like every player on our team can come in and help us at some point in the first half. No, we're not worried about the players who can come in and get playing time in the second half.
Right.
Can you help us in the first half? And we feel like we've got, for the most part, almost all of our team, if not all of them, can come in the first half and help us in some aspect of the game.
Yeah. And I kind of brought this up before we started recording, but somewhat of a freshman phenom, Madison Parish from over here in Ohio, highly touted. We were able to pick her up. How's she progressing through being a freshman? I mean, are her eyes still that big around?
Yeah, she's she first of all, she's a great kid, comes from a great family. It was good to get a player that was highly touted as her in our region,
Mm-hmm.
and for us to kind of get a footprint recruiting here was good to get her. She came from a good high school, a really good AAU program. And so yeah, she's catching on. It's just there's just so much that our freshmen have to learn to not forget the X's and O's, just how hard you have to play every day to
Mm-hmm.
compete, to even have a chance to get on the floor. And so just the intensity, the urgency, and so she's doing a good job with that. Like I said, the best thing about freshmen is they're going to be sophomores, and so she'll get that. But we've got a great group of upperclassmen who do a really good job of mentoring her and making sure she knows what's going on, and so she'll be fine. She can shoot it. She's learning how to play on the defensive end, and so she's gonna be fine. She's got to keep working.
Yeah. Now, freshman that actually got to play last year, so I made a impact. One of your somebody you're tuteling. I'm just going to skip that
fast 3 times.
No, I can't even say it once slow.
Tutelage.
Yes. Thank you.
There you go.
But anyway, someone under your tutelage, JT, she got some significant playing time last year. Do you see her? Well, how has been her progression? Because I think that's something we've been missing since a significant presence in the paint. Do you see her increasing her presence in the paint?
For sure. Wish you better.
Yeah.
But no, she's worked. She's another one who's just learning what it is to work at this level to see the results. And the work you put at this level, you're not going to see the results daily, like it's over time. And so you just got to trust the process. But no, she's going to be a presence. I mean, she was our 4th leading scorer last year.
Wow,
Right.
really? I
And
didn't even know
so,
that. Wow.
so coming back, and she finished their last 5-6 games. She was one of our leading scorers, I think, in those last 5 or 6 games, if I'm not mistaken. And so I think coming off last year's season, she has some confidence from that. She's doing a really good job at just allowing the game to slow down for her. And that's where I think the biggest piece is going back kind of the freshman is the game just moves so fast.
Yeah.
You talk about the great players. They said Michael Jordan, the game moved in slow motion to him. When you get the game to move in slow motion, now you can start making the plays quicker, and you see it. And it's just more of you get that mental edge.
Yeah.
And so I think for her, she's starting to see the game a little bit at a different speed, which is really helping her.
Yeah, I thought it was obvious seeing her at the beginning of the year last year and at the end of the year. I mean, she definitely made strides. So
Yeah, she was a little bit. She's getting a little bit handsy and a little bit aggressive there in that Big 12 game at TCU game. What's her name? I don't even like her that very much. The one that was 27 playing. What was it?
Sedona Prince.
Yeah.
ironically, didn't make it to the WNBA.
No. But I mean, she was like she was like bodying her, man. She was getting physical with her. I mean, she was getting the fouls called on her, but I was like, I liked it personally. But so do you see? Looking at the roster, I mean, is Cece going to be playing more in the post as well, because she's our other largest, body in the paint. Do you see her she was more of a big 4, it seemed like a lot last year, Cece doesn't, I mean, is that just being from Europe? She has that European style, or?
Yeah, they're more if you will, elusive. They like the finesse part of the game. They like the passing, which she can really pass. And I always say passing is the most underrated thing in basketball. She can pass, and she takes pride in it. Uh, would like to see her be more physical, in the paint. But we are going to have some options. Even like Carter McRae, who could be a really good presence in the paint, and of course Mimi, Kerry Wheeler, they're gonna have a good presence in the paint, which is going to allow CC to go to that 4 position some. And so, yeah,
Really? So
CC can go more 4 or 5.
well, so she was like, I mean, those players you just mentioned, they're like 6'1", and then they've got enough beef down there to
Oh, yeah.
get it done.
Yep.
Wow, that's nice. That's
Yep.
nice. I want to. How do you say her last name? I want to say her name every
Makaluski.
Oh,
Makaluski.
yeah. Yeah.
I love that name,
Good job, Riley.
Makaluski.
And you're half a beer in, so good job.
Half a beer. What do you? Hey, you think I just started?
He's 3.5 beers in. What are you talking
Bro,
about?
I know.
Yeah, exactly.
That's my. You're right. Half a beer in.
There you go.
All right, we got the schedule out. What are our doubles? Obviously, it's UCF again. We got Cincinnati
TCU.
and Cincinnati are our doubles. I mean, obviously, was TCU or no? It was Oak State last year. Was our out of because it was UCF doubles game, Cincinnati, and it was Oak State last year double, right?
Yes, correct. Yep.
Would you rather? I think remember asking Coach Kellogg's this, but would you rather be away to play every team home and away versus how you only get a certain amount home and away?
Yeah, I think that's a good question. I think scouting wise, I mean, I think it gives you a little bit of advantage on that second time around, but it also gives them one too.
Mm-hmm.
So it varies on whether that second time around is at home or on the road. I mean, just road games in the Big 12. I don't care whether they're first place or last place; they're tough games.
Mm-hmm.
And so, would it be nice to have everybody at home? Yeah, but I also don't want to play, in a sense, play by the road. But
Right.
yeah, I mean, there's something to playing everybody twice. So it's different, but it's where it is, and so just gotta make the best of it.
What about neutral games? I mean, you got, I guess, technically a neutral game with Duke. I mean, it's going to be in West Virginia down to
Mhm.
Greenbrier.
Oh, that's going to be awesome. I
Yeah,
can't wait for
so,
that. I know you're going, right, Rocky?
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, so a game like that kind of intrigues me because I think that place holds like 1,000 people. So
Mhm.
obviously it's going to be a small crowd. I'm sure it'll still be noisy, but what's it like? I've never been to a game in that kind of atmosphere with a smaller crowd like that. That
That's got to be new territory for you almost playing
Yeah,
something like
I've
that.
played some games like in Vegas in the ballrooms out there, some tournaments over there.
Really?
Yeah, so it's a little bit interesting. It's just kind of has yeah, like you say, not a big crowd. It's kind of just the sounds weird, the horns weird, just everything a little bit different. And so you just gotta, like anything on a road game, you just gotta bring it with energy.
right.
Yeah. Yeah. So are you guys traveling or are you guys getting to stay there at the Greenbrier?
Hopefully we're staying at the Greenbrier.
Yeah.
Talk to Caleb about that. But yeah, we'll be staying there. Yeah.
Okay.
I couldn't afford the Greenbrier. I'm bringing a tent, so
No. Hey, but it's got a heater in it. It's nice.
Yeah.
2 rooms. It's nice. It's nice.
Yeah, the other one I can't afford is the Baja Mar Pink Flamingo tournament.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It is a pretty penny.
Yeah. So, do you get any time off for that while you're down there? Can you actually veg by the pool and have
I
a?
usually walk by it.
Do you
Yeah,
on your way to go do something basketball
we'll
related?
be practicing. We'll watch a lot of film, and we'll meet as a staff. And coach is good about giving us some downtime. Kind of depends if it's your scout or not.
Uh huh.
But
So if
our staff is good about even if it's not our scout. I mean, we still watch a lot of film. So I mean, you get bits and pieces, but it's really not just for us. It's not a true vacation, but it's good. Our players will get downtime if their families get to go, so they get it. They get a good
Mhm.
break, which is a blessing.
Yeah. So, was there any? Was there the 5th place? It didn't surprise me. Last year, you guys got preseason pick 5th place, and I was like, "Well, that's crazy with JJ." And I thought it was. I don't because we don't know. I mean, with you guys with such a turnaround in players on the roster, you know, I don't think it was too much of a slight. How did you guys feel as a coaching staff? Preseason pick is 5th.
Yeah, I thought we'd be anywhere from 4 to 6. honestly.
Mhm.
And so I thought 4 possibly could be a stretch. I know everybody really respected JJ and how much was that going to ding us. But a lot of people really respect Jordan too, obviously being
Yeah,
preseason
Yeah,
All Big
yeah.
12. And I think just our system, just the last 2 years has proven that. I mean, we've been not only ranked high and top in the Big 12 defensively, but also top 5 most of the year, top 10 defensively nationwide, and just our defensive stats. And so that stuff travels, and I think that gains a lot of respect with it. And so yeah, I mean the polls are what they are. I mean it's good to kind of have that going in, but yeah, I wasn't overly surprised.
Who do you consider? Because a lot of teams got first place votes in that.
Hmm.
All the top 4 did.
Hmm.
Who do you consider potentially one of the top tier teams? Besides us, who is the other best team? And you think in the conference?
I mean, on paper, I mean, I'd have to give the nod to TCU right now. I mean, they've got one of the best guards in the country. They've got great length. He returns a couple pretty good players, but they're not going to be as deep as they've been.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I think they're gonna be good. How good, I don't know right now. Baylor has a couple pretty good returners in Fauntleroy and Bugs, and so
Mm-hmm.
you got to respect them. Obviously Oklahoma State, I think, has done a good job. I think they were fourth, and,
Yeah.
and so yeah, I mean it's just
But I mean that's something you brought. This almost brings up something you were talking about earlier. You feel like the Big 12 is wide open, correct?
wide open. Yep.
Really,
Yep.
really. I mean, from how you could say the top 8 could win. You honestly feel like the 8 teams in the league potentially could win the conference. I mean, how deep do you think wide open? When you say wide open, like the top 6 teams potentially, or
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, obviously, the example kind of sticks out to me is last year's football poll. I mean, Arizona State
yeah,
was ranked
yeah,
was preseason last, and they won
yeah,
the thing. I mean,
yeah,
how rare is that?
and won
So
a BCS or whatever it is
yeah,
now,
yeah. I don't. I mean,
playoff game.
Right.
how far it goes down, I don't know. I mean, I would say I don't venture to say top 6 or 7 maybe would have a chance.
Uh huh.
I think there's a pretty good drop off in our league, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it's. I mean, hopefully we're right there at the end. You just want to give yourself a chance.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna go undefeated in this league. And if they
No
are, I'll
way.
be
No
stinking
way.
surprised. But I
Yeah.
don't. So you just want to give yourself a chance. You want to be playing your best basketball when time is right.
Yeah.
So a couple things coming up. Are we ready
Mm-hmm.
to? So we got the.
Both are looking at me. It's a little scary.
Got a
So
couple things coming up for you,
so
JC.
so one thing that I think it's the first year for this balling at the Woodburn.
Oh yeah.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, what is that?
Sounds like
I'm
it's going to
interested.
be a good interaction with
On campus.
yeah.
On campus. Yeah, yeah. I probably don't know either. No, it's gonna be a great deal, just an event just for our men's and women's team, just kind of get in front of the fans, the students, open to the public anytime you can allow access into your program. I think it's great, and especially just as loyal and as crazy as Mountaineer Nation is. I mean, you
Talk
gotta
about
love it.
us.
No, nobody in particular. No, I mean just the fans are unbelievable here, and so
Yeah.
they want as much access as possible, and
Yeah.
so we want to give that to them. And I think this will be something new that we haven't done since we've been here. I think it'll be fun.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I want to have
that.
JT post up. I want to defend JT in the post, man. I want to try to do that. I'm too old to like play offense, but I'm big enough to.
Now you started this up
Is your
show this
insurance
up
up
by
to date?
saying how she was physical against Sedona. So she, as nice as she is, she's got a pretty good right elbow.
Does
So be
she?
careful. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But she'll feel good for me or bad for me because I'm old. Maybe she'll take some mercy.
Well, that's so your chance is October 24th.
That's the 24th when that's happening.
Yeah.
And then one of our favorite events is a trunk or treat.
Track or treat.
Oh, no.
It's a track. They
There
call
it
it the
is.
track or treat.
Yes,
Because it's
I'm
around
in
the track.
marketing and I got the name of the
It's 'cause
event
it's around
wrong.
the
I don't know.
track. But
I don't know.
But no, that's a real good opportunity
Yeah.
too. That's fun to see
Yeah.
the kids there, and
The community really turns out for that.
yeah,
Yes,
they
yes,
really
they do.
do. It's a good opportunity to get some autographs and see the
Yeah.
players for the kids. And
Yeah, I hope they have tables for the players this year because, like, I had to carry around the schedule, that one right there behind your head, and have them all sign it on my back.
We'll have a table for you.
All right, awesome. I'm looking forward to it. All right. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for our season premiere episode. Coach Carter, thank you for showing up.
Appreciate it.
For sure.
Man, it was great talking to you. We always see you out there at the games, and I think Shane scares you
You're
all
always
the time.
walking by him. You're like,
The black eye he had in Kansas City is what scared me. So
Yeah. And we can actually say that now. We saw JC at the Big 12 tournament, and Shane had a shiner, and he was like, "Did somebody punch you?" And no, Shane just fell down the night before. So
I was just hoping it wasn't our upcoming opponent.
yeah.
No, the truth is, I was trying to get across the crosswalk in a timely manner to beat the clock, and I should not have been running with my hands in my pocket.
Yeah, because he tripped and he couldn't catch himself.
I was pushed.
Whatever. The gravity. That thing's a pain.
Well, we tell our players to play basketball, your hands have to step over.
That's right. That's
Hands
right.
above your waist.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. Before we head out of here, I want to give one more shout out to Tri-County Electric. They specialize in electrical services for large-scale commercial, institutional, and industrial projects. As an electrical services contractor, they design and construct power distribution and data communication systems in diverse and complex environments, including healthcare, manufacturing, and biotech facilities. They also handle heavy industrial and hazardous locations, in addition to private and public sector environments. Visit pinline.com/services/Tri-County Electric or call 724-887-9110 for more information. All right. Thanks again, JC, coming. Shane, Terrell. For both those guys, I'm Chad Adkins. Until next time, we'll see you at the Coliseum.